Welcome back, folks. It's Sleepless Night here, here to show you around Beta 3, or, well, actually it was Beta 3.0 when I made this video yesterday, but it's now Beta 3.02, because they've already made several updates. They've already made a couple of updates and tweaks to little glitches and things that were going on. Actually, so I made this video yesterday, but then I realised I forgot to mention a few things about Beta 3 and some of the new updates, so I'm going to do that now. Also, I droned on for about 40 minutes, so I'm going to try very, very hard not to do that this time. So we could try and keep it a little bit shorter. So here we are, Beta 3. If you look down there in the bottom left of the screen there, you can see, look, Beta 3.02. Now, since I've come out of the station here for a very specific reason, which will become clear to you in a moment, I'm going to first, before I do anything else, answer a question that has been asked in a lot of the forum, in a lot of the YouTube videos and comments and so on that have been kicking around just lately, because the Elite Dangerous newsletter featured a fan-made video from a fan the other day that was very, very popular, and people were asking on his comments, on the comments in his YouTube channel, how you get the shots that you do without all the heads-up display and everything in it. And people were also asking that after our Quantum Leap video from a couple of weeks ago, from last week. So here's how. There are only two ships that you can do it in, as far as I'm aware so far. One is the Sidewinder and the other is the Eagle. So that's why I've come outside, because in a moment we're going to trade in this rust bucket. Or we're not, actually. I'll explain more once we get inside, but in a moment we're going to change ships anyway. So here's how it is. The Sidewinder and the Eagle have this cockpit, which means you can look through the top. So when you see the Quantum Leap video that I made before, and if you haven't watched it so far, go and do so. Haha. You see all those beauty shots that were made in the video. This is how you do it. You get a Sidewinder or an Eagle and you just look through the top of the canopy like that. Because, you know, a game this pretty, you really have to check it all out and look at everything. So that's our first destination there. Look, Owlin Enterprise. So that's where we're going. So we're going to head over and dock inside. So the reason I came outside this station is because one of the things I forgot to mention yesterday, I will be able to show you once we go inside. But I wanted to come outside to show you the cockpit thing, because there were a few questions about that before. So if you haven't watched the Quantum Leap video from last week, that were made, the Quantum Leap intro is an Elite Dangerous video with a Quantum Leap intro, because of course I got stranded out on the rim. If you haven't seen that, go ahead, check it out, have a look at it. It's all marvellous. I had help of my lovely voice. Sorry, I'll try that again. I had the help. It's that Freudian slip there, because I've got a new mic, so I can hear myself. Yes, the audio aficionados among you might be able to tell that I have a new microphone. So yeah, that sounds a lot better. But I didn't mean to say my lovely voice. I meant to say my lovely wife's voice. So my lovely wife's voice is the one that you can hear on the intro to the Quantum Leap video. She's also the one that remade the entire Quantum Leap prologue music from scratch. Thank you very much. It's very, very popular, and one of the reasons I mention it again and again here is because in very exciting fashion, the Elite Dangerous newsletter from the week when we made that, so the Elite Dangerous newsletter before last featured our Quantum Leap intro video at the beginning, so we were featured in the Elite Dangerous newsletter as a result, and we got lots of views. So thank you to everyone who liked and commented on the video, the Quantum Leap intro. Everybody seemed to like that, and I can't thank you enough for the comments and the likes. It's always helpful. That's why I make these things in the first place, for the people out there. I just love to tell stories. That's me. So we're going to go inside, and this time we're going to request docking, because I've had a few issues lately. Thank you. Where I have completely forgotten to request docking clearance before going inside. So we're going to go inside Owlin Enterprise, and then I will show you a couple of the things that they've changed. Or explain a couple of things that they've changed. Let's not bash into this hauler like we bashed into one last week, eh? God, they're slow. So, pad 16, is that it? I think that we were just floating past, it is.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed. So she now says that now, of course. A little voice. It says landing gear deployed. Oh, someone's... Oh, look. We get to see a bit of a boom. Oh, there he goes. Boom! Excellent. It's all action here in Lead Dangerous. Docking successful. Which is more than we can say for that guy. So, we go inside the hangar. So what we're going through this little animation here, this is so that we're on beta 3.02, and so they're rolling out the updates now much faster than before. And so you can see there, it says welcome to Owlin Enterprise. I can't remember what it said before, but I'm pretty sure it didn't say that when you went into a station. They've changed everything. There are lots of different subtle ways that you can't really explain about things that have changed. Appearance-wise, for example, you know, everything in here has changed ever so slightly, but it's difficult for me to explain exactly how. But if you go back and look at some of the other videos, you know, you can certainly see that. And one of the things that's changed is this. Oh, that's changed, of course. Lots of this has changed. Everything in appearance has just changed here. So let's refuel the ship. But then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and show you one of the coolest new features. Look at that. Is that pretty? You couldn't see this before. You know, all this information here, when you were buying things from the shipyard, this was one of the major things missing, was that you couldn't see all this information before. So that's an Anaconda. But that's 147 million credits. So, you know what? We're not going to be buying one of those today. But we are going to be buying one of these. We're going to buy a Viper. Let's see what else they've got in here. They've got a Sidewinder, which of course we're already in. They've got an Eagle, Core Dynamics Eagle, 44,800 credits. And they have a Hauler. It gives you all the sort of info here. Does it give you hyperspace jump distance? Does it? Does it? No, of course not. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy one of these, and this is where I'm going to show you one of the cool things, because if you look over here on this, no you can't because I have already got one, so I'll show you. So we're going to buy this. Now, see here, now you've got an option now, rather than trading in the old ship, see, buy new ship and sell your current ship, cost of new ship, 142,009, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Part exchange on old ship, but we're not going to do this, because what you can do now is to buy a new ship and store your current ship. Cost of new ship 142,931 credits. So we're going to do that. So this is one of the most exciting things about this new version, this beta 3.02, is that you can now have multiple ships. So here you go. We're now in the Viper. Okay, so, you know, this is new to me as well. I haven't done this yet. I was waiting for you guys to get here before I did this. So, you know, let's take a look what you can do now in Starport Services. So let's go to this shipyard. So now, we go through there. So now, it tells us that in stored ships on this tab here, we have a Sidewinder. Now, it's my understanding, ship locations there, 0. I presume that's because we're still here. So it's my understanding that Sidewinder, if we leave here now in the Viper, which I've just bought, if we leave here now in the Viper, that Sidewinder will remain here at Owlin Enterprise. So I can fly, you know, way, as my understanding at least, I don't know if this is how it works, you know, don't quote me on this, but it's my understanding that I can now fly off and do, you know, whatever. And in the Viper, other side of the galaxy, I can go exploring, which is a bit difficult in a Viper, unless they've changed a great deal with at least the basic engine, because it can't go very far. But we can now fly off and go exploring in one ship, and then that ship, if we want to switch over, that ship will always be at Owlin Enterprise, so we can just switch back to that ship and we're back here. So which means no more Quantum Leap getting stranded on the edge of the rim videos. Sorry about that, guys, but what I definitely will try to do, though, because, you know, it got a great response, the Quantum Leap intro video, so what I will definitely do at some point in the future is, you know, I'll do a couple of others, perhaps, you know. As I mentioned before, you know, I desperately want to do a Star Wars one. But if anyone out there is listening, you know, wants to, who's going to get the main release of the thing, what I'm going to need is some other players to make the Star Wars ones. So yeah, we're going to do a Star Wars intro, definitely. You know, especially next year, that's going to be extremely popular. So anyway, before we head out in the Viper, I'm going to show you a couple of other things that have changed. So we're going to, let's go to outfitting. Boom, boom. Wow. And since it's a Viper, let's put on my paint job. Yow. There you go. Nice green ridge nose paint job. Oops. Go back into hard points. Now, before I started recording yesterday, I headed over to Sleepless Nights Studios. Again, I mention this every time, but for those who might be new to the channel and not familiar with it, I'm going to continue mentioning it, you know, so just get used to it. So I went to Sleepless Night Studios. So I mention this every time, but don't get the two confused. I am not Sleepless Night Studios. The guy that does the Elite Dangerous videos over there on Sleepless Night Studios, I'll put a link at the end as well. He is Sparrow with a Gun at Sleepless Nights Studios, whereas I am Sleepless Night at Sleepless Night Films. So, but when I went over, because he did a live stream on Twitch yesterday, so I headed over just to watch him for 10 minutes doing that. And he noticed, while I was watching him actually, while we were all watching there, he noticed something interesting, which is in here now. You'll notice that there is a little plus symbol underneath most of these numbers as we go down, right? So 7 plus, 8, no plus. Now that means if I click here, so the plus symbols are here, look. So if I click on number 8, the power plant, it will tell me when I go to buy and equip that there is no available inventory for chosen slot on this station. But the plus ones means that it has. So if I go to bulkheads, buy and equip, there you go, see, we can get reinforced alloys and that kind of stuff. What we are going to do, before we go anywhere, is we are going to try to find better weaponry. And it's making me rather... Oh, that's... Oh, I see. Right, okay. So I've got it. So, I think. You know, this is all new to me as well. Ah, so there you go. So now, instead of putting G or gimbaled, you have to pay attention purely to these symbols here. 1, 2, 3. So that's a turret, obviously, because it has a turret symbol. And it says here, look, single pulse laser weapon on a turret mount with automatic signature tracking. Very exciting. Railgun. Multi-cannon. 57,000 credits. And this thing here means that it is on a gimbaled mount. So we're going to tool up with some of those. So what we're going to do, we have got 2 medium hard points and 2 small hard points. So if we go, let's go to the small hard points, and let's see what they've got in the way of. So we'll put, let's put gimbaled multi-cannons on the small hard points, right? So there we go, gimbaled multi-cannon, thank you, and another one on the small gimbal. Make sure it's a gimbaled one, yes, thank you. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Nice. Now, let's go into the pulse laser, and we'll exchange these pulse lasers for gimbaled pulse lasers, unless there is anything like a gimbaled burst laser. Is there? Cannon, missile, right, fragment cannon, railgun, beam laser. So they don't sell burst lasers here. Either that, oh, but you know, maybe they've taken them out of the... Oh no, burst laser low heat, gimbaled low heat burst laser. So we take... Yeah, we take a couple of those as well. Go away, little whatever you are. But what was that? Pulse laser. And here it comes. See? You see the difference? No, me neither. Let's... But we'll feel it, baby, when we're out there shooting away at things. Gimbal, burst laser. Is that what I just bought? Did I just buy the same thing? I'm looking at a different hard point now, aren't I? I'm not... Scatterbrain. Yes, that's all very exciting. So we go to the hard points. Let's see here what we've got. Utility mount. So here maybe we'll put... so look, frame shift wake scanner, of course, which you can track someone's wake through hyperspace. Maybe we'll put a heat sink launch. Maybe I don't know. I can't make my mind up. Oh my god, it's too much. Too much. Internal compartment not equipped. Shield cell bank. Uses precharged cells to rapidly repair active shields. No effect on collapsed shields. Refinery converts scooped fragments into usable resources. Requires mining laser. Yes. So we're not gonna... Let's just... Why? I was trying to get like a point defense turret or something. Do they have one of those? No point defense turrets here. Let's get a heatsink launcher. So, okay, that's enough shopping. You just, yeah, I'm well aware of that. Thank you. So we're gonna go out here. Let's assign those. So we go to the fire groups. We'll assign the. Did I just what? Oh my god! Right, wait. Let's try that again. Outfitting. So I wanted the low heat burst laser, not that thing. Burst laser low heat, that one, see? That's what I was after. So let's go out. And so now we'll stick the burst lasers on the front there, and then the multi-cannons we'll stick on point 2. Oh, you can now assign. So we cycle the fire groups. Oh dear. So the heatsink launcher. Oh, I don't really know what's going to happen with those now. I'll work all that out later on. But I was here to show you things, and I promised to keep this video a little bit shorter, and I'm not going in the right direction to... Oh, I got a fine for something. I'm not going in the right direction to do that, so I'll show you. We'll go into the galaxy map. So, one of the things that's different here in the galaxy map is that you'll see they've got this sort of shattered glass effect kind of thing going on now. Now this might not immediately seem very handy, right? But if I choose, what it allows you to do is to plot a course, right? So you want to go over here, it'll tell you how to get there. So because we're in a Viper with the engine that we've got at the moment, you know, we're not going to be able to get very far anyway. Because that's, you know, what Vipers are all about. Blowing stuff up and not being able to get very far. Also, I don't know if they've changed this since the last one. I doubt it, since it was a new thing for the last one. But discover that much like sort of really, really the cars with really big engines, like high-performance cars, you know, they eat through fuel a lot faster. And that is the case, or was the case, in Beta 2 with the Viper. It ate through fuel way, way, way faster. It was a lot more expensive to refuel a Viper than it was to refuel the Sidewinder, for example. So now, the thing is, I've clicked here on LP 27125, and it tells me I must go by this system here. Okay? But the thing I wanted to show you in here is, look, what's happened is that they've just extended this little, if you remember from last time, this little capsule came out to about here. So they've extended it. Now the reason they have extended it, they've extended the capsule rather than sort of just extending a big wide circle. If you go to Elite's, if you ever see an interview with Elite's creator, David Braben, he explained that the reason for that was that Sol, over here, the Sol system, once we get to Earth, of course, if you think about it, humanity will have expanded from that point outwards. So here, the date here, 30th of October, 3300. So in 1,300 years, humanity has expanded outwards. So, of course, the Sol system, where we reside, where humanity originates, will be absolutely full of stuff, you know, space stations, cities to visit, all sorts of things like that. And that's a lot of infrastructure to put into the game. So he explained that that's why they're not going to be doing that yet. That'll be for the main release later on this year. But what they have done, I'm just going to read you off a couple of these statistics because I think they're awesome, is that they've now expanded it. I think we had 500 star systems last time, and they've now expanded it to incorporate 2,406 star systems here. Now these I'm reading off a note in front of me because my memory is for shit. So 2,406 star systems, and that area of that little capsule now covers, there are 868,744 cubic light years, and that's 4,181 stars that you can visit, with a total of 24,918 planets. And although those numbers are enormous, that actually represents a little more than 500,000th of 1% of the full game to be launched later this year. So that gives you, we zoom out here, some idea of the immense scope of this game. So this has been, you know, to just sort of introduce you to the game. They also have mining now and interdiction. Now, when I was making the video yesterday, I was actually interdicted, but you can now do that to other players. According to what I've read there, it's just it's NPCs. But what we're going to do is let's launch, because I'm rapidly running out of the allotted time I gave myself for this, which was about half an hour. It may run over. I hope not, though. So let's just head outside anyway.
Ship released.
Thank you very
Engines
much
engaged.
for releasing
Landing
my
gear retracted.
landing gear retracted, engines engaged. See, she's got a lot to say when you set off these days, as this lady. Let's see who's here. Jim Bro, mostly harmless. Clean, of course you're clean. Why wouldn't you be? Let's find a filthy one. Ooh, Federal dropship. That's this is one of the new ships in the game. I don't know. This is an Eagle. Sebastian. Wanted. You're mine, baby. So let's see. We might get killed here, so you might be seeing something more interesting than you expected to. But let's see if we can take him down anyway, shall we?
Scan detected.
Yeah, scan away.
Warning, under attack. Target shield offline.
Whee! Just come and warm yourself to the teeth here. Whoopsie. Let's use the thrusters to get him more in range, so we're not going around in circles forever. Oh yeah, he's not gonna live a lot longer, is he?
Warning, under attack.
Yeah, but he's the one that's gonna pay for it with his life. So, you know, I just thought we'd see at least one boom this time, besides the one that was in the... Oh dear. Giving me a bit of grief there, isn't he? I best get on him before his shields recharge completely.
Target shields
Oh,
online.
god damn it. Which they have now, of course. Yep. He's too far away there. Fear. Let's charge the weapons a bit more. Where did he go? I'm not concentrating. I'm going to bring him back into crosshairs there. He's trying to run, I know that. Oh, for God's sake.
Target shields offline.
Here we go. Whee! There we go. I got a bounty claim. So, let's go and get it. That's Stone Enterprise. So, there we go. We'll put the hard points away. No, that's the flight assist off, not the... God, yeah. So you can see I've been doing other things there. Probably, you can see that I've been doing other things. Because I'm out of practice with my controls. Let's balance all that out again, shall we? So the shields will recharge a bit better. So let's head out to Stone Enterprise, and I'll see you when I get there.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So here we are at Stone Enterprise. Look, you can see our shadow there. Well, our shadow getting closer and closer as we get ready to smack into the side of the station. So let's knock, shall we? So that's it. In the thank you. In the interests of trying to keep it a little bit more brief than I did yesterday, and it will only be a little bit.
Scan detected.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm sure we are being scanned because we're about to dock, and it's a law-abiding place, so they probably want to know that I'm not doing anything naughty. You're welcome. So we're going to head in here to landing pad 13. Can you see it? I can't. Where the hell is landing pad 13? It's right below me, isn't it? No. In fact, it's behind you. They keep directing me to these ones that are right inside the exit lately. Let's drop the landing gear before she complains about it.
Warning. Landing gear
too
not
late.
deployed. Landing gear deployed.
Make your mind up. So, yes, there you go. You know, I realised that one of the reasons that my videos become so very, very long... I know I was over the centre there, but I don't... I'm a bit of a stickler for that sort of thing. One of the reasons my videos become so long is because my mind wanders and I forget to say what I was going to say, simply because, you know, those regular viewers will know that multitasking is not my thing. As I've said before, I kind of if I need to count up sort of past 10, I have to hold my breath. So, because you know, breathing and thinking and walking around at the same time is more than my tiny, tiny brain can handle. So that's all I'm going to show you today, in the interest of trying to cut down the length of the video a little bit. What we're going to do is I'm going to let you go off and do what you're going to do. If you haven't bought into the world of Elite Dangerous yet, go ahead and do so. You can check out any of my other videos as well, of course. You can also subscribe to the channel, which is always a help. Up there, the little Sleepless Night symbol there in the top right-hand corner of your screen will allow you to do that. I am going to play around with Elite a little bit more between now and the next time you see me, and I'm going to head out into the deep black now, towards the rim. Now that I can safely sort of switch backwards and forwards, and maybe I'll try and get myself one of them there newfangled ships that they've put into Beta 3. And we'll see what we can do. Play with some other ships, get some other things going, and maybe we'll get ourselves a mining laser. And perhaps next time I'll show you how mining goes, or exploring. One of those things. But be sure to join me next time, some point over the next week or two, hopefully. I'll put something else up. If you can't wait that long, go ahead, head across to one of the others that I usually mention. Sleepless Night Studios, of course. You can see Sparrow with a Gun. He puts up regular episodes of Elite Dangerous videos. Scott Manley, his channel is wonderful because the guy's an astronomer. So, he goes out there and he's sort of... it's fun to listen to him picking holes in the sort of... the way the game operates and the mechanics of the game. But they are improving over time because, of course, the creator, David Braben, is very fond of those things as well. But it is always funny to watch Scott Manley doing those things, and he heads out and he does these videos. Lovely Scotsman who makes regular videos of Elite Dangerous as well as lots of other games. I'll put a link to both their channels in the description. Now, just... I feel silly I've said this before in yesterday's video, but of course you never got to see that. Just to keep you right up to date on things that are going on in the Elite world, just as up to date as we possibly can, just to show you how up to date I am now going to tell you an event which you can't buy a ticket for because they sold out a few days ago. So I never had a chance to tell you to go and buy a ticket, which is the Elite Dangerous Premier event. Which is being held on the 22nd of November at Duxford Imperial War Museum in Cambridgeshire. You won't be able to be there because I've told you too late. Unless you had the foresight to buy tickets beforehand, of course. Do I feel bad that you won't be able to be there? No, I don't. Because I can't be there either because I'm stuck here in Sweden for the time being. So... if you can't go to that and you haven't bought a ticket, what you can do, what I'm certainly going to be doing, so on the 22nd of November, is they will be live streamed. So the event will be live streamed on Twitch. So if you can't actually get to the Imperial War Museum, if you've missed your chance to get tickets to get there, you can watch the event live streamed on Twitch. I certainly will be doing, so maybe I'll be watching at the same time as you, and we'll, I don't know whether they're going to have chat windows and things like that and questions. I guess so, otherwise what would be the point in live streaming it? But that is all for today. I'll see you out there in the big black at some other point. For now, I'm going. Ta-ta.